All right, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today we are hitting on open houses. So we are talking about open houses. Open houses, the reason we're bringing this up right now, it's a massive pillar of business for people. It's something that if you enjoy doing it, here's my philosophy on sales in general with real estate in regards. The way I look at our business is this. We have to have multiple legs to our business, meaning that we have to have several pillars from where our lead sources come from. So the first thing we should always focus on when getting into real estate, whether you've been in it for a year, a month, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, doesn't matter. You need to focus on your database first. Database, SOI, sphere of influence, people that know you, like you, trust you. That should be a big pillar of your business. Now, you can oftentimes, we know that 10% of our database moves every year. So if I have 1,000 friends, let's just say, in my database, I have 100 opportunities every single year. That's a massive opportunity. If I have 100 people in my database, I have 10 opportunities in my database. So I have to add more people to my database if my goal is to sell more than 10 houses. So be thinking about that. How many people are in my database right now? 10% of my database is moving every single year. So if I have 500 people in there, I have 50 opportunities. Can I make a good living off 50 opportunities? Yes. If my goal is to sell 100 houses, though, I need to figure out how to get 500 people more in my database right now. One of the ways I can do that is by adding a leg of lead generation, which could be open houses or expired listings or for sale by owners or internet leads, whatever it is. But today we're going to talk about adding another pillar to my business through open houses. Now, why would we want to do open houses? Well, because right now we're in a very limited inventory market, about a 1 month supply of inventory. For those of you that don't know what that means, essentially what that means is that if no new homes hit the market, if no new homes hit the market after today, in 1 month, every home on the market would be sold. That puts us in a very strong seller's market. A balanced market is 5 to 6 months. Anything beyond 6 months is considered a buyer's market. So anything under, call it 5 months, is a seller's market. We're at 1 month right now. Very, very, very strong seller's market. So if you have a listing, you want to hold it open. You want to list it on, say, Wednesday or Thursday. You want to hold it, no showings maybe until Sunday at the open house, or don't accept offers until Monday. Because right now, you're able to get so many people. We're having open houses with 70, 80, 100 people coming through. That's a lot of potential buyers for you. So we need to know how to convert these people that are coming in into a buyer. So the first thing I want to do is my open house process starts on Monday. It does not start on Saturday or Sunday or Friday. It starts on Monday. I want to identify the house that I'm going to hold open. All right. I want to make sure that the house I'm holding open is in a higher traffic area. It doesn't have to be, but it does help. If it's in a higher traffic area where people are going to see the signs, let's just say you have a house at the very back of the subdivision, though, you can still hold that open and have a lot of people come through. But I need to identify the property I'm going to hold open. So you might be asking, if you don't have a listing, how do you identify a property? Well, you can call people within your brokerage to start with. Call somebody in your brokerage and ask them if you can hold their house open, their listing open. You can call other agents from outside of brokerages and ask them if you can hold their house open. So if you have friends, if you know other people, you can hold any house open that you want, just have to get permission from the listing agent. So be thinking about that. If you don't have a listing right now to hold open, how can you be finding listings to hold open? But I want to identify my house on Monday. I'd prefer it to be in a higher traffic area. I want to get it in the MLS as open on Sunday. I want to get that in there open on Sunday as quickly as possible. I don't want to wait till Thursday or Friday or Saturday to put it in because then it might not kick out or syndicate to all the websites like Zillow and Realtor.com and 350, 400 other websites out there. So I need to make sure that I'm getting it open as quickly as possible. So on Monday, I want that in the MLS, that it's open Sunday from 1 to 3, 12 to 2, whatever time you do. I've done a lot of open houses at all different times. I think that any of them can work. 12 to 2, 1 to 3, you can do 1 to 4, doesn't really matter. Just pick a time that works for you and commit to it. So get it in the MLS. I would then post it on Facebook for a couple of reasons. One, just free advertising. Your sphere of influence sees it. It shows your network of friends too that you're active. You're active as a real estate agent. You're active, you're busy, you're working, you're making things happen. People want to work with people that are busy. So be posting frequently. I post about this 2, 3, 4 times during the week that I'm holding the house open on Sunday, definitely on Monday, on Wednesday, maybe on Friday, post it again Sunday morning. Post it frequently so that way people are seeing that you're active. I would do a boosted ad on Facebook. You can do this through KV Core, through our CRM. You can find the listing. You quickly hit more in the top right corner. You click boost. You can spend for 30, 40, $10, I think 60, just depends on what price you want. Boost it to start generating internet leads for yourself as well. So I would boost the property. I would get an open Sunday in the front yard immediately as well. I would do that on Monday. Open Sunday, 1 to 3, get that thing in the front yard. Like, you put up some directional arrows if the municipality will allow it. Some municipalities, you have to be careful, won't allow you to put up signs. Like Chesterfield, they won't let you do it until Sunday. Other municipalities will. So just know the laws of that. And if you can get your directional arrows out sooner, I would do that. I always like to put 10 arrows out, minimum of 10 directional arrows out. Back when I first started in real estate, I didn't know what I was doing. I would put one sign in the front yard, nobody would show up. I'd be like, oh, this is a waste of 2 hours. You've got to have visibility. So people, it's got to be online. You've got to have a presence online. You've got to be promoting it. You've got to be putting it a lot of arrows out so that people see it and you can guide them in to see the house. And it's just more exposure for yourself as well. You're getting your name out there and people are seeing it and getting more recognition. So the more arrows you put out, the better. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to call around the neighborhood and I'm going to invite all of the neighbors to the open house. Why would I do that? You might be asking, why would I call around and invite the neighbors? Here's why. Because we know that people living in the neighborhood often have family or friends that might want to be moving into the neighborhood as well. So I want to make 100% certain that these people know about my listing or the house I'm holding open, and see if they know anyone getting ready to be relocated into the area or wanting to move into the area that I can help purchase a home. So I'm going to call the neighborhood. I'm going to pull a list. You can use services like Cole. There's a couple other ones like LexisNexis, but you can use different services to pull a list of people that you can now start calling the neighborhood to let them know about the open house. The script's pretty simple too. Just, hi, my name is Michael. I'm holding your neighbor's home at 123 Main Street open this weekend from Sunday, this weekend, Sunday from 1 to 3. Was just curious, do you know anyone that's thinking about wanting to make a move into the area? No, I don't. Totally appreciate you thinking about that. Out of curiosity, if you can get top dollar for your home, would you consider selling? There we go. I just asked them if they know anybody moving and would they consider selling. You do enough of these calls, you're going to start to pick up deals from that as well. So I'm going to call that. Then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to door knock before my open house. Might wait till Thursday, Friday, something like that, maybe even Saturday. I'm going to door knock 10 neighbors to the left, 10 neighbors to the right, 10 neighbors across the street. I'm going to door knock them. Chances are I might have talked to some of these people as well on the phone. Now I'm getting face to face. If you think about it, the goal with any real estate lead, prospect, phone call is to get in front of the person. So by door knocking, you're eliminating the phone call, you're getting in front of them. We want to get face to face. When we get face to face with people, our conversion rate goes up significantly. So I would door knock 30 houses, 10 to the left, 10 to the right, 10 across the street. Same exact script. Ask them if they know anyone wanting to move into the neighborhood, and then ask them if they would consider selling their house as well, if they could get a great offer on it. So I've done all of my pre-work. So that's everything I'm doing right there, identifying the house, making sure it's in the MLS, posting it on Facebook a few times, boosting the ad on KV Core through Facebook, getting an open Sunday sign, calling around the neighborhood, door knocking, 10 directional arrows out. So I'm doing all of that pre-work prior to Sunday. So it's not just put a sign out there and hope people show up. I'm doing things to proactively be finding buyers and generating traffic and visibility for my listing. Now, when I have my open house, what do? I'm going to get there early. I'm going to get there about 30 minutes early to get the house set up. I don't want to just rush in at 1:55, flipping lights on and scrambling to get ready. I'm going to show up early. I'm going to make sure all the lights are on in the house. I'm going to make sure the house looks presentable. Everything looks good. It's ready to go. Then I'm going to have all my sign-in sheets. So you can do a couple of things. You can either do paper sign-in sheets. I think these things work just as well either way. Paper sign-in sheets, or let me pull this up real quick. You've got a Core Open House app. So from KV Core through our CRM, you can go to Core Open House, it's called, and you can get people to sign in digitally from your app as well. So you can have like a tablet or your phone, let them sign in, capture contact information. To be honest, whatever works better for you. We find that paper works just as well. And what I ask people is, I'm going to make sure my house is set up. I'm going to have my sign-in sheets, and I'll get into scripting around that here in a minute. What I also want to pull is I want to have active homes in the area in different price points other than my listing. So let's just say, for example, my listing is a $300,000 listing. Why would I want other active properties to be able to share with people? Well, reason being because people might walk in and say, oh, you know what, it's priced too high. I need to be in a lower price point. Or, you know what, we're looking at something a little bit bigger. So I want to have houses in the $200,000 price range. I want to have houses in the $400,000 price range. I want to have options to give people. Totally understand it's a little bit priced a little bit too high for you. I've actually got 3 other properties here that are priced a little bit lower. Would you want to take a look at them? You know, and you can have these just printed out as MLS, MLS like client detail sheet with photos. You could have it on a tablet. You have just somewhere to show people that you have other houses available, because maybe they're interested in those and you can schedule a showing with them to go see the house. So I want to have those properties there. So get there early, flip all the lights on, make sure everything looks good, and then have different properties in different price range. Now, when people come in, I'm going to have a simple script. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be near the front door, and I'm going to ask them, every person that comes in, I'm going to ask them this question, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. I'm going to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Michael Nettemeyer with NettWork Global. Thanks so much for coming in today. You know, out of curiosity, are you out looking for a home, or do you happen to live in the neighborhood? I'm going to ask that 100% of the time. And why would I ask that question? The reason I'm asking that question is because I want to identify if they're a buyer or a potential seller, because now I can figure out what kind of conversations I need to have with these people. So I'm going to ask that question. Repeat it again. Hi, my name is Michael Nettemeyer with NettWork Global. Thanks so much for coming out today. Do you happen to live in the neighborhood, or are you out looking for a home today? Or you can say it the other way. Are you out looking for a home today, or do you happen to live in the neighborhood? I'm going to ask that 100% of the time to figure out what kind of conversation I need to be having with these prospects. Oh, no, we're out looking for a home. Fantastic. Here's some information on the property. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, priced at $350,000, 1,600 square feet. Give them just some general basic information right now. And out of curiosity, are you working with a realtor? Typically, they're going to say yes, just because they don't want to talk to you, right? If they say yes, fantastic. Who are you working with? It's not too intrusive. It's just a simple question. And then they might be like, oh, yeah, we can't really think of her name. Can't really think of his name. They're probably not really working with anybody. So that's somebody I want to focus on. Or if they say, I say, you know, great. Are you happen to working, you know, here's some information on the property. Are you happen to work with a realtor right now? Yeah, we are. Great. Who are you working with? Susie Smith with Berkshire. Fantastic. I'm sure she's doing a great job taking care of you. Now I know if they identified the realtor immediately, here's what I know. I don't need to spend all my time with those people. I need to give them enough information. If they have questions, of course, I want, because my goal is to sell the house. But my other goal is, how do I pick up buyers for the property? So if I know now, all of a sudden I have people that are already represented with a realtor, I need to spend more time and focus on the people that aren't being represented, because those are the people I can convert into potential buyers. So certainly if the person that's being represented by a realtor starts asking me questions, of course I'm going to answer them. I'm going to give them the attention they need. And if they're not asking a lot of questions and I can put more focus on people that aren't being represented, I want to do that as well. I also want to put more focus and attention on the people that are interested in the property. Here's something to keep in mind. This is the National Association of Realtors statistic. Less than 5% of homes sell from an open house. So the likelihood of you selling that home is very, very, very small. You're typically holding this house open because you're there to generate business for yourself and get exposure to the property. But the likelihood of somebody walking in the house, loving it, and selling it from an open house is quite small. It'll be interesting to see, though, if that number goes up now, just given the state of the inventory. We'll see what happens here in a couple of months when they run these statistics. But keep that in mind. So I want to find out what kind of conversations I'm having. I want to focus on people that maybe aren't being represented with a realtor. And then I'm going to ask them to sign in as well. You know, would you mind signing in? Our seller wanted us to keep a log of all of the people that are coming through the home today. Would you mind just putting some information? I'm going to give them a sign-in sheet, something that works well for us, little clipboards with the sign-in sheet to give it to them. They can walk around and fill out their info and then return it to you before they leave. So getting them to sign in information on a sign-in sheet, or again, like I mentioned, you can use the Open House app as well. That's important though. Now, as I'm in the house, I want to stay kind of close to the front door so I can catch people coming in, and I don't want to follow people around. So what I want to do is stay kind of toward the front door, but a little bit more toward the middle of the house. So I can capture people as they're walking through the house, moving from maybe the kitchen into the bedrooms, and I can be asking them questions. What do you think of the house so far? Do you have any questions? Did you see anything you like? Did you have any questions? Here's a seller's disclosure. Would you like some information on that? I want to be having some information like that to people so I can constantly engage. And again, I want to engage more with the people that I know are not being represented. So now let's say in the beginning, somebody walks in and I ask that question and they're a seller. No, we just happen to look, we're in the neighborhood. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. You live in the neighborhood. Are you coming through to check out the house? Do you know anyone that's thinking about moving into the area? No, we're just kind of getting an idea. That's fantastic. That you're wanting to get an idea of what homes are selling for. One of the things I could do, it's a complimentary service, is I could put together a market report for you and show you everything that's selling in the neighborhood. I'd be happy to drop that by. Would you have some availability maybe later today for me to drop that by, or tomorrow? These are all just little things on how we can capture more people. Now, all of that's good. Here's the thing that changed the trajectory of my business, though, when I started doing open houses. Follow up. You're going to get all these people to sign in. Follow up. When do you follow up? When do most realtors follow up from an open house? When do you think? They follow up on Monday. They follow up at Monday when they get to the office. Start following up the same day. Take an extra hour after your open house, lock up, close everything up, leave the open house, sit in your car, go to Breadco, go to the office, go home, whatever it is, and dedicate an hour to following up with all of these people. If you start following up same day, you're going to convert way more people because everyone else is waiting until tomorrow. Think about it. They just came through your open house. They remember you because they're not just going through your open house. They're probably going through 3, 4, 5 other ones as well. You're going to be the first one to follow up with them. They're going to remember you because they just met you an hour ago. And your conversion is going to go up because now you're not waiting until Monday. They're off work, right? They're off work today on Sunday. Tomorrow they might be working. Out of sight, out of mind. You know what? I'll start focusing on my home search again when it gets closer to the weekend. Monday, I'm busy. My email's flooded. I'm talking as if I'm a prospective buyer right now. I don't have time to talk to a realtor at 9:30 on a Monday. I do have time to answer my phone on a Sunday, though, and I'm not doing anything, and I'm still out driving around. So change your follow-up until Sunday rather than waiting until Monday, and you're going to see your business go up drastically as far as from a conversion perspective. So let's just recap what we talked about. Identify the property, get it in the MLS immediately, run some Facebook ads, 10 directional arrows, door knock 10 houses on each, 10 to the top right, 10 to the left, 10 across the street, make phone calls around the neighborhood, inviting neighbors to come see the open house, pull other active homes at different price points to be able to show people that maybe that the house doesn't match them from a price perspective. You can give them other options, have those available. Yeah, I'd love to set up a showing for you later today. I might end my open house at 3 o'clock. I'd love to show you this property at 4:30. Would you be open to that, or 4 o'clock? Just, you got to be ways of being aggressive and giving value, right? Script. When they walk in, thanks so much for coming in today. My name is Michael Nettemeyer with NettWork Global. Out of curiosity, you're out looking for a home today, or do you happen to live in the neighborhood? I want to identify if it's a buyer or seller. Followed up then, oh, we're looking for a house. Fantastic. Are you working out of curiosity? Are you working with a realtor? Fantastic. Who are you working with? That's great. Now I know that they're being represented. Maybe I focus on the people that aren't being represented, right? Ask them to sign in. So get your sign-in sheet, whether it's a piece of paper or open house app, get them to sign in. Our seller just likes us to keep a log of everyone coming through their home today. Would you mind filling out our sign-in sheet? People won't have a problem with it usually, and that's okay. They're going to fill it out. You're going to get information. Capture people, ask questions as they're walking through the house, and then follow up the same day. Don't wait until Monday. Start following up Sunday, and I guarantee your business is going to take off from a conversion perspective on open houses. Hope that was helpful. If you have questions, drop them in or drop them in the comments on the Facebook post, and we'll see you guys all next time. Take care.